Hello, this is Arcades, and welcome to a bit of a little instruction video on how to use my AEC Waypoint pointer for scopes. And yeah, I'm going to show you how you can install it, parts you need, and simple bit of use. So, yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so first of all, let's show what we need. First of all, you're going to need the microcontroller. You're going to need a physics sensor. You're going to need a camera of some sort of your choice. Medium, small, does not matter. Whatever fits your purpose. You're going to need a keyboard and the scope. So, large keypad, scope, physics sensor, camera, and the microcontroller. Those are the 5 things you're going to need for this installation. So 1, put the camera where you want it placed. In this case, we're putting this one right here. Physics sensor, you want to have it placed with large arrow pointing forward, small arrow pointing right, and the nub pointing upwards. So in this orientation. Now, its position within your vehicle or creation will affect the data that comes from it. So best suggestion is put it center line of your vehicle or right over the seat. I would suggest center line of the vehicle and as close to the viewpoint of your camera as possible, as you feel fit. Or near your character. 1 and 2, but no matter what, the safest place will always be center line of the vehicle and possibly center of the vehicle. For the keyboard, wherever you can access it. Scope, wherever you can access it. Microcontroller, wherever you can put it, so you don't have to look at a microcontroller, if that's your choice. So outside of that, everything else should be fine. Now hooking up the logic, you have 1 composite node for the physics sensor. Just hook it straight up. You will have 2 videos. You have an input from the camera feed, just bring it in. You have an output for the scope. There's the large 9x5 screen can also use it, so you can use it to debug or whatever you need to, but it does work on the 9x5 screen, exactly the same. And for regular data, all you need to do is take the keyboard, hook up the output A to the input X. I have keyboard A as input. You do not have to use the keyboard, but this was designed with using the keyboard in mind. You could have another system that inputs the X and Y values into here in another method, and that is fine as well, just as long as there's a defined X and a defined Y going into these. So keyboard A, output A is going to the X. Keyboard B, output B is going to input Y. Then you have a on-off for activate the coordinates. Take the keyboard pulse and attach it to there from the large keypad. You can use a push button or any other system that sends an on-off signal into this, and it will activate the coordinates in the same manner. So if you had something else that wants to do that, that is fine. I suggest using a push button method. I have not tested with a toggle setup with a constant on, so I'm not sure how it will work. So keep that in mind if you want to do something other than that. But this was designed with a keyboard, but made it flexible enough that other sources could use it as well. And yeah, so that's it. Just the 1 composite from the physics, the 3 data points from the keyboard, from the large keypad / keyboard, whatever you want to refer it to as, and your 2 videos, the 1 input from your camera of choice, and the output to the scope and or the 9x5 monitor for debugging. That's all you need. Once you have it all assembled in for use, you merely need to go to your keypad, enter in your coordinates, hit enter. The system will then start displaying a arrow on the bottom of it, along with the distance from said arrow, and point from it. So as you can see, yes, waypoints do show up on the scopes. However, should you want to change where you're viewing, you can set a new waypoint. The coordinates are still locked into the keyboard until you choose to change it by re-entering a new set, and then it will actually change with them. And it will give you a direction to follow towards the target. And as you see, it spins all the way around. And the bottom, there is a distance, if I didn't mention it earlier. So, and at any time, you can change around and update it. So, that is the basics. I do plan to add an altitude info to this as well, but for now, this is simplified. It works. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments of this work page. Okay, so yeah, overall, just need the 5 components: the microcontroller, the camera, physics sensor, keypad, and the scope. Hook up as I suggested, as I recommended here in the thing, and it should all just work hunky-dory. So just keep in mind the physics sensor does affect the accuracy of the thing, but generally if you keep it within the center line of the vehicle and close to the viewpoint of the camera, it should get pretty reliable results for what you need. So, alright, so I'm Arcades. Hope you had a good time. Signing out. Have yourself a good day. Whee!